bug bled black blood. And I think we're ready to go. 30 seconds. Peggy Babcock. Let's just do one hen, two ducks, and get going. One hen, two ducks. One hen, two ducks, three squawking. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters, six pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters, six pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoises, five limerick oysters, six pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array, eight brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, nine apathetic, diabetic, sympathetic old men on roller skates with a marked propensity for procrastination and sloth. Oh boy, Consequently's here. Yay! All right, let's do this thing. Here we go. Somebody hit the wrong button. I'm going to have somebody fired. Whoops. Here we go. You could feel it rocking. It's not a perfect show we run here, ladies and gentlemen, but we do our best. And by we, I mean me. Hello. Hi, and welcome to Johnny's Happy Place. My desk and background have disappeared for reasons that I've never really understood. But this is kind of nice, too. It's a little bit more intimate, just me and the brick wall. We might get rid of the desk. What do you think? We'll talk about it. Right now, all we got is Consequently, and I don't mean to say all. Hey, Shayna's here, too. Fantastic. My two favorite followers, Shayna and Consequently, are here. Consequently, all the way from Connecticut. Shayna from right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. How are you doing this week? I'm very happy to see you both. I got a great show lined up for you. I'm trying a whole new technique for keeping track of everything that I think is going to fix a lot of the video problems I have. So I'm pretty excited about that. And today, most importantly, is my father's birthday. He is 87 years old today, which is fantastic. I hope he's going to be here soon and that we can do all kinds of requests for him because I'm just very excited about spending a little time with Dad on his birthday. I hope you guys are well. I know you had a couple of rough days last week. You posted on Facebook, but you still got your painting done and you were still smiling when I saw you. So I hope you're doing better. And, let me take these off. And if you want to talk about it, we're certainly available to talk about it here on a big program. Tell me what you went through. And what are you up to Consequently? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Like, you come out, you watch the show, you're wonderful. But since that Polish fella, whatever his name was, I don't remember, I'm sure you don't either. But ever since that Polish fella, I don't know anything about your life. Is work still going well? You still at the same place? Have you met somebody new yet? None of my business, really. How are your hobbies? What you reading? Tell me about yourself. My dad... Oh, and let's go ahead and let's go to the chat. Weird. That is so weird. All right, hold on. Maybe if I turn it off and turn it back on. Almost. Nearly a desk. I don't know why it would do it that way. One more time. One more? Yeah, one more. Here we go. It's in the RAM now. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like the whole time. Anyway, here's the chat. Consequently said hello. Hello, Consequently. DJ Shenanigans said hi. She said, ooh, fancy about the new thing. This will probably still miss some frames because we got a lot going on down here. It's like 3 or 4 video sources and then 2 sources behind me. But the rest of it I've kind of broken down into a simpler thing. Oh, yay! Great to see you, and Consequently, I agree. And how old is my dad? My dad is 87 years old today. Okay? Last year, he was 89, but now he's made it all the way to 85. Hey, Shayna says that she's really been bummed that people haven't been signing up for your Picasso painting classes. Oh, no! Dad's here! Hi, Dad! Happy birthday! We love you. I'll talk to you just a second. I want to talk about the painting classes. I've been signing up for my Picasso painting classes. I had to cancel the last 2 classes due to lack of attendance. Oh, that makes me so sad. I don't know why that would be. That's one that I almost went to myself on a Saturday, but my Saturdays are all full now. I'll tell you all about it later on. But I'm so sorry because it seemed like a great idea, and I know that the people who did it took pictures and posted how happy and positive it was, and the final outcomes I thought were interesting and fun. I loved your Brian Briscoe. I loved a lot of the portraits that you did. I'm sorry it didn't work out. I'm curious what kind of promotion that you used to get it there. I know I saw some sponsored ads on Facebook, and that's a great place to start. There's a young lady named Max. You know Max Summer, right? Of course you know Max Summer. For those of you who don't, Max Summer is a comedian here in Charlotte. She's a young lady. She's only been in the business for a couple of years, but she's been a social media professional for years and years and years. Very, very smart, very funny, good producer. I've had the pleasure of doing a couple of her shows myself. And what she does is she makes her flyer and she goes to every single possible group that has anything to do with Charlotte on Facebook and posts it there. So the neighborhood that you're in, if it's in Noda, it's not in Noda, but it's in Noda. You go things to do in Noda, fun things to do in Noda, cheap things to do in Noda, Charlotte fun, Charlotte singles, Charlotte people who wear hats, Charlotte Christians, Charlotte atheists. It's just anything you can that has Charlotte in it, you post your poster, and that has helped her numbers a lot. She's the only person I know who's having really good numbers consistently, and it's because she's doing a lot of that. So the word is getting out in a slightly different way, slightly more, what's the word I'm looking for? Labor intensive, but it's worth it. Okay, glad we talked about that. Dad, happy birthday to you. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming to the show. Today is anything you want, man. Anything you want, you let me know. You got a request? I'll do the request. You got a song you like? You got a poem? Anything you want. If one thing you don't want to do, I won't do it. And I got a few requests from Shana too. Consequently, I haven't gotten any requests from you in a long time. Feel free to drop one in my inbox anytime you like. Any song, any poem. You know what the show is. Give me something that you love. I'd love to hear it. You're the one who turned me on to Boleslav Lesbian, and I haven't gotten any of those since then. So tell me more. Oh, okay. Ooh, we got some stuff in the chat. Sorry about the Picasso. Dad is here. Hooray. My nose seems to get itchy each time I mention my dad's age. Well, I was trying to be discreet, but my dad has turned 85 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 85. 3 more years, he can go back in time, if I understand it correctly. That was a Back to the Future joke just for you, Shanna. 85 years. It's amazing. But to be fair, it's a phase. And finally, Shana said, oh, I'm glad you saw the sponsored ad. I paid $30 for the sponsored ad. I also posted it to over 40 Facebook groups. Well, you can't argue with that. You did the legwork. Man, that is a bummer. I wish I could figure out. Yay, happy birthday, Mr. Millwater. Now, DJ Shana, she says, I'm sort of at a loss. It makes me wonder if the universe is telling me I should do something else with my life. But that makes me sad because I love doing it. Forget the universe. It's a marketing situation. Let me get my coffee here. We're going to talk to Dad in just a minute, too. And please, anything on your mind, consequently, I'd love to talk to you about this. But no, I don't want you to think that. It's just a matter of getting the word out. It's fun. I assume I haven't been there, but based on the pictures, it's fun. It's just a matter of who you get the pictures in front of and who's giving you the... For me, I think to get me out of the house, it would take a couple people, good-looking people, forgive me for saying it that way, but we're talking marketing, 2 good-looking people who can go to the camera and say, oh, man, I made this picture of Brian Briscoe when I had 4 glasses of wine, and it was super fun, and then I met a girl, and now we're married. You know, something like that. If you had a couple of little stories, things like that, sell it as not just a fun experience, but also, I don't know, from marketing. I don't know. But I know that you're good at it. I know you look happy when you do it. So I hope that you don't quit. And I'm certain the universe doesn't tell you to quit by not making it easy the first 3 or 4 times, or I would have stopped doing this 3 years ago. You know what I mean? God knows. No, hang in there. It's good stuff. We just got to figure out the right packaging and figure out what puts the butts in the seats. I haven't figured out how to put butts in the seats yet either. But there's a way, and we'll keep trying until we find it. All right. Next up, we got, I was listening. Happy birthday, Mr. Millwater. How lovely. She's so sorry, consequently, I am too. I tell you what, I'll cheer you up. Let's do something from the wheel. For those who never watched the show, just in case it's on YouTube later, you know. If you never watched the show before, we have a wheel. And when we run out of things to talk about in the chat, then we spin the wheel, and the wheel tells us what fun thing I might read for you folks when we come back. So let's give it a try. Let us spin the wheel on the Dad's Birthday edition of Johnny's Happy Place. Here we go. Woo! Shakespeare! All right, then. Well, let's head into the Shakespeare Theater. All right, we got a good one from the Shakespeare Theater. I picked out a special one just for Dad. This is the one that I think of when I think of dads. I know I just did this a couple weeks ago, but it's my favorite. So I'm going to do it again because it's my favorite dad monologue from Shakespeare. This is from Hamlet, and this is, let me just hide something here. There we go. This is from Hamlet, and this is the speech from Polonius to his son when his son goes to college. Hope you enjoy it. Yet here the Aunties aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. My blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast in their adoption tried, grapple them unto thy soul with hoops of steel. But do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but, being in, bear it, that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy, rich, not gaudy. For the apparel oft proclaims the man, and they in France of the best rank and station are of a most select and generous chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season this in thee. Fun. All right. Decided to play him a little drunk that time. Extra old, extra drunk. Kind of fun for me. Hope you enjoyed it too. All right, so we got a couple of things here. Oh, Briscoe painting. I love that one. Yeah. Certain monologue that I love, definitely. I'm starting to plan shows in advance now, so I'm going to use everything you sent me last week, and I really, really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Nice accent on that one. Thank you so much for being supportive of my experimental voices. All right, let's spin the wheel. Anything can happen when you spin the wheel. Oh, all right. Nice. Prose. This is a request. Let's go to the prose library. Take a sip of my coffee. I would like to perform for you something that was a request from one of my favorite viewers, herself, a former kindergarten teacher. I'll let you figure out who it is for yourself. But this is everything I ever needed to know I learned in kindergarten. By Robert Fulghum, F-U-L-G-H-U-M, Fulghum. Well, what happened if you ate too much gum? You'd be full gum. All you really need to... warm up. All I really need to know about how to live and what to do and how to be, I learned in kindergarten. Wisdom was not at the top of the graduate school mountain, but there in the sand pile at Sunday school. These are the things I learned. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some and think some and draw and paint and sing and play and work every day some. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands and stick together. Wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots go down and the plants go up, and nobody really knows how or why. But we're all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice, and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup. They all die. So do we. And then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all. Look. I think I'll cut out that coughing part later. I think I have the technology. Trouble with the cookies. How true that is. But it's good for you. It's right there. I read it on the internet, so it must be great. Of course I indulge you. Oh, there's some questions from Consequently. She said, to answer your question, I am doing very well. Excellent. Very busy organizing our LGBTQIA plus coalition, and I love it. Congratulations to you. Get the word out. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I'm an ally. As I said at the first meeting I went to, I'm not family, but I'm a friend of the family. So let me know. Keep us posted. I'm excited to hear about it. And I know DJ Shenanigans also very, very liberal and cool by loving all the nice people. All right, let's see. One more. I don't want to get political or controversial or anything, but I'm so tempted to say that one of the presidential candidates should go back to kindergarten and master those kindergarten skills. You know, I agree. I also don't want to get political, but golly, I hope we don't have to. All right, I agree with you. I agree with you a lot. All right, then. Let's spin the wheel. Dad joke. All right, let's do a dad joke. Can a kangaroo jump higher than a house? Of course. A house can't jump. Delightful, huh? You know what's sad? On Instagram, that 10 seconds is the most popular thing I do. 600 hits opposed to like 40 for everybody else. Just an interesting fact. Let's keep spinning. Happy birthday, Mr. Millwater! Shout out to Dad. Don't forget to make your request. Dad, anything you like. Zen Koan. Let's head out to the campfire. This is Zen Koan, number 42, The Dead Man's Answer. When Mamaya, who later became a well-known preacher, went to a teacher for personal guidance, he was asked to explain the sound of one hand. Mamaya concentrated upon the sound of one hand might be. You are not working hard enough, his teacher told him. You are too attached to food, wealth, things, and that sound. It would be better if you died. That would solve the problem. The next time Mamaya appeared before the teacher, he was asked again what he had to show regarding the sound of one hand. Mamaya at once fell over, as if he were dead. You are dead, all right, observed the teacher, But how about that sound? I haven't heard the sound yet, replied Mamaea, looking up. Dead men do not speak, said the teacher. Get out! Man, Zen teachers can be jerks sometimes. Oh, here's something interesting. I have a brain teaser. What has 5 toes but is not your foot? Oh, I'll think about that for a second. Brain teaser for the folks at home. Anybody who wants to guess. What has 5 toes but is not your foot? Your foot. Your foot. Your foot has 5 toes and it's not my foot. Yeah. Got it. Fun. All right, let's record that one. Let's go to the comedy club and record it. What has 5 toes but is not your foot? My foot! Fun. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, acapella. All right, let's head to the acapella library. Put my headphones on. There we go. Fun. All right. Whoop. Wrong button. Acapella library. Oh, that's weird. Weird. A little better. I'll take it. Oh, hi, everybody. We're doing a cappella songs now. The next song is a request from a friend of mine. Now, I don't listen to death metal. I've never gotten into death metal, but I've made a couple of friends, people I like and admire, who love the heavy metal music. And I'm trying to get into it a little bit more. So I asked a couple of friends to give me some really lyrically strong death metal songs, and I would read the lyrics of them. So that's what we're going to do today, this morning. I don't know. Let's start. This is a song by a group called Every Time I Die. It's called Post Boredom by Every Time I Die. I did a terrible thing, and somebody should do something about it. I'm haunted by an eternal return, and I never should have allowed it. I broke my own heart. I'm trying to forgive myself, but if it gets too close, I gotta kill it. I'm gonna need your help. My annihilation, my annihilation, my annihilation, my annihilation kicked off post-boredom. Yeah. I don't want to be a better liar. Don't want to make you think that's what you get, is what you see, just because you want it. All this muddy water ain't deep. I broke my own heart. I'm trying to convince myself that I can suffer if I want, motherfucker. Just put me back on your shelf. My annihilation, my annihilation. My annihilation started before I did. My annihilation, my annihilation, my annihilation ended before we did. I gave you nothing. You want more? You'll get more nothing. Come on. And give a big man a little thrill. Come on, give a sick man his poison pill. I don't want no harm. I've done it all wrong for so long. It feels okay from up here. The parties and funerals, they look the same when every morning after is the same day. Every morning after is the same day. I want one more last chance. Last chance. Make me another mistake. All I can take is everything that I have given. I walked in with one foot out the door. You knew that I was not gonna stay. I broke my own heart. I'm trying to forgive myself. I don't give a goddamn about the magic. Just put me under your spell. My annihilation kicked off post-boredom. I gave you nothing. You want more? You'll get more. Fun. All right. Let's see what we got in the chat. Ooh, listen to a lot of metal, but mostly folk metal. Folk metal? Okay, now I'm excited about this. This is fun. Let me take this off here. Folk metal. Okay, hold on. I did not know folk metal was a thing. I love folk, and I'm trying to get into metal. It seems to me like a no-brainer. I think we should work together and get me into folk metal. Who are your favorite folk metal artists? And can you possibly send, text me some? I'll read it. That was fun. All right. I wish I could spell juvenile. Juvenile? Junival? Junivavel. Juvenile. Juvenile. J-U-V-E. And gotcha. Like childish. Juvenile. Got it. Why'd you want to spell juvenile? Is there anything special today? Anything fun? What a wonderful question. Thank you, Shayna. You know, Johnny might have a birthday sonnet just for you. I do. I picked out two Shakespeare pieces. Neither of them are sonnets, so we're in pretty good shape. What's your favorite music genre? I'm glad you asked. Dad will tell you for sure. I happen to know the answer to that one. So here we go. Let's spin the wheel while we get all caught up. Ooh, monologue. All right then. Let's head into the theater. Very nice. Wait for the lights to come on. Got a couple of monologues, one from Shayna and one from Dad. So I am going to do the one for Shayna first. This is a classic. This is one of my favorite monologues of all time. This is You Can't Handle the Truth from A Few Good Men. You may remember Colonel Jessup is being charged with the death of Private Santiago. Wow, can't believe that's there. And they're trying to figure out whether or not he gave the order to give him a code red, which led to his death. So I'll try to pick up a sort of a military stance and see how I can do. Here we go. You want answers? You want answers. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's going to do it? You, Lieutenant Weinberg. I have a greater responsibility than you could possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago, and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man that rises and sleeps under the very blanket of freedom that I provide, and then questions the method in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to. All right, there you go. Gotta love that one. All right, let's go back to the wheel. Oh, wait, we got stuff. Birthday sonnet, favorite music genre. Oh, you're asking me about my favorite music genre. Oh, thank you so much for asking. I'm a big Sinatra guy. I listen to a lot of jazz standards, Ella Fitzgerald, Sinatra. I'm into like kind of white guy, goofy pop. I really love Ben Folds. I love the Bare Naked Ladies. I recently got big time into AJR, and they're kind of white guy, goofy pop, I suppose. I love Tori Amos. I love classical. I've learned to like some country. Really big Billy Joe Shaver fan. I enjoy the simplicity of his music. That's really fun. Yeah, but I listen to some classical every day. I listen to some sort of bare naked ladies, Ben Folds, Beastie Boys rock every day. And then mostly it's just songs, just top 40 songs that I've loved over my entire life on a big long playlist. There you go. Any song I've ever sung here on the show is one that I've listened to at least 20 or 30 times because I like it. So that's the kind of music I like. Thank you for asking. Dad's favorite kind of music, in case you're curious, is bluegrass. Dad loves bluegrass. All right, let's see. Amazing performance. You're very kind. Eclectic music taste. It's the only way to go. You only listen to one thing. What kind of life is that? All right, let's spin the wheel. Ooh, all right, wisdom. Let's lay down some wisdom from on high. This is nice. This is wisdom from one of my favorite actors, a man I had the pleasure of meeting very briefly during the filming of the movie. What is that called? It's not Primate, something like that. I was on a movie with Anthony Hopkins. Primal, something, I don't know. I'll look it up. It'll come to me halfway through the monologue. Anyway, I met him, lovely man, and I've been a fan of his and his interviews ever since. This is him talking about his wisdom of living. Words to Live By from Anthony Hopkins, and sort of a free interpretation of a poem by Mario de Andrade, which is Andrade. I know that I have less to live than I have lived. I feel like a child who was given a box of chocolates. He enjoys eating it, and when he sees that there's not much left, he starts to eat them with a special taste. I have no time for endless lectures on public laws. Nothing will change. And there is no desire to argue with fools who do not act according to their age. And there's no time to battle the gray. I don't attend meetings where egos are inflated, and I can't stand manipulators. I am disturbed by envious people who try to vilify the most capable to grab their positions, talents, and achievements. I have too little time to discuss headlines. My soul is in a hurry. Too few candies left in the box. I'm interested in human people. People who laugh at their mistakes. Those who are successful, who understand their calling and don't hide from responsibility. Who defends human dignity and wants them to be on the side of truth, justice, righteousness. This is what living is for. I want to surround myself with people who know how to touch the hearts of others, who, through the blows of fate, are able to rise and maintain the softness of the soul. Yes, I hustle to live with the intensity that only maturity can give. I'll eat all the candy I have left. They'll taste better than the ones I already ate. My goal is to reach the end in harmony with myself, my loved ones, and my conscience. I thought I had 2 lives, but it turned out to be only one, and it needs to be lived with dignity. Nice. Fun. Dedicated atheist who loves gospel music. That's my dad. I'm a big fan myself. Don't have enough in my collection. Thanks, Dad. What is this fun you speak of? Dad, come on. What are you doing on your birthday? You going to go out and have dinner? Is Andy there with you? You're petting a dog? Come on, tell us something. Try not to give away all your secrets, but they're rooting for you. All right, let's spin the wheel. Ooh, poem, all right. Let's head into the poetry corner. This is another request. This is from Shana. This is, if I had my life to live over again, by Nadine Stair. She's age 85, from Condensed Chicken Soup for the Soul. If I had my life to live over again, I'd dare to make more mistakes next time. I'd relax. I would limber up. I would be sillier than I have been this trip. I would take fewer things seriously. I would take more chances. I would take more trips. I would climb more mountains and swim more rivers. I would eat more ice cream and less beans. I would perhaps have actual more troubles, but I'd have fewer imaginary ones. You see, I'm one of those people who live sensibly and sanely, hour after hour, day after day. Oh, I've had my moments of, if I had it to do over again, I'd have more of them. In fact, I'd try to have nothing else. Just moments. One day after another, instead of living so many years ahead of each day. I've been one of those people who never go anywhere without a thermometer, a hot water bottle, a raincoat, and a parachute. If I had my life to live over, I would start barefoot earlier in the spring and stay that way later in the fall. If I had it to do over again, I would travel lighter next time. I would go to more dances. I would ride more merry-go-rounds. I would pick more daisies. It's a lovely thought, and one I've thought of quite a bit. Very nice. All right, Dan. Well, spin the wheel. Ooh, roses and thorns. All right, then. Let's go into the chat chalet. All right, roses and thorns. For those of you that don't know how it works, pretty simple. You tell me the good things that happened in your week and the bad things that happened in your week. I'm aware of a couple of your thorns already. Love to hear about your roses. What are the great things that went down? Let's see, my roses and thorns. This week, no, last week, oh, Dad, I can't wait to tell you. Oh, Shana says, thanks for doing that one for me. It's one of my favorites, and I have it hanging up in my house. Marvelous. Oh, here we go. Got a couple more questions. All right. Well, there's a dad. Oh, Dad's watching baseball. It's his birthday, and that's what he wants to do. If we're being honest with ourselves, that's what Dad wants to do. Let's see. Here's a dad joke. Which days are the strongest? Well, I know which days are the weakest. Those are weekdays. Let's see, which days are the strongest? Holidays, muscle days. Oh, give me a couple minutes. I'll come up with something. Don't know why there's a robot emoji. Please ignore that, so I shall. Thanks for everybody doing that for me. Rose, hey, DJ's got a rose. She says, I went hiking yesterday at South Mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. Have I been there? I have not. I have not been. I got it. Yay, okay. I thought that put this phrasing. Hey, I'll take the rose. Oh, look at the floating rose. Nice touch. Oh, I hope that catches on big time. That would look really cool with 20 or 30 people. That's great. Look great with one. Thank you, Shana. Her rose was that she went hiking at South Mountain. I haven't, but we went to Crowder's Mountain last week. After the show last week, we went to Crowder's Mountain and we spread the ashes of our dog Starbuck, who passed away not too long ago. And we took a big old hike all the way up the mountain together as a family, which is the first time we've done that in a very, very, very long time. We were all exhausted. And there you go. It was great. It was great and it was sad and it was wonderful to be together. So that was, I don't know, a rose and a thorn, I suppose. But I haven't been to South Mountain. You got to tell me about that. Is it in Charlotte? Shana says Saturday and Sunday are the strongest. The rest are weekdays. Nice. I was trying his phrasing. Just trying to figure out the phrasing. Okay, nice. Hold on. Let's go do that one. This is more fun. I like this. Whoop, wrong button. There you go. Faster, faster. Here we go. Which days are the strongest? Saturday and Sunday. All the rest are weekdays. Perfect. Back to the chat. I love dad jokes. It's fun. We did not used to take Starbuck hiking in Crowder's Mountain. Well, we did 3 or 4 times before the kids were born. Once the kids were born, she really never headed back. But we buried Starbuck out there. Her brother Bishop, we buried out there, so we wanted them to be together as part of the mountain. So we did that. We're also planting 2 trees in the front yard, 2 dogwoods, Bishop and Starbuck, so that we never forget them. And we have a painting that we have commissioned of Starbuck to join the painting we have of Bishop, done by the brilliant Rachel Woodhouse. So Rose and Thorn. Let's see, the other big Rose. We had school all week. I had a nice writing session with my buddy Stu on Friday. Haven't done that in weeks. I really enjoyed that. And on Saturday, I have a new tradition now. On Saturday, my son and I have been doing daddy-son breakfast on Fridays, but we've moved it to Saturday so we can do daddy-son breakfast and then a 2-hour driving lesson. We found a stretch of road in a neighborhood behind our neighborhood that's not quite finished under construction. The road is done, but there's no houses there yet, so it's just, it's like a driving range. It's fantastic. So we spent 2 hours learning how to drive together, mostly him. And he learned really fast. There was patience. There was no yelling. There was no tension. It was joyful all the way through the entire 2 hours. And somebody, like a little dog, we're on the lookout for little dogs all the time, and a little dog came running towards our car from out of nowhere, and he just sort of played in the field we were driving around for about the first hour and a half. So then 10 minutes before we were about to go, these 3 people came around the corner looking for the dog, and they found the dog. His name was Uno, and he's back home safe, and that was a wonderful rose for me and for my boy. There you go. What are your roses and thorns, Dad? How about you, Shenanigans? Are you still around? I know you're here, Shan. Thank you. I hope you're here. Shan, I understand, but I hope Shan is here. Consequently, you got roses and thorns? I'm always curious. If you like Crowder's Mountain, you will love South Mountains. Very nice. Only about an hour away. Ooh, with waterfalls. Gorgeous boulders. All right, that sounds like my kind of fun. Depends on the size of the steepness, really. Dad doesn't have roses or thorns. Living the dream. Not too shabby. What do you say we spin the wheel? After all, anything can happen when you spin the wheel. Look, Shakespeare! All right, let's do... Oh, I picked out this one just for you, Dad. Here we go, to the Shakespeare stage. Picked this out just for Dad, and the reason I think you're going to enjoy Dad is because it's very short. Here we go. This is Hark, Hark, the Lark by William Shakespeare. Hark, hark, the lark at heaven's gate sings, and Phoebus 'gins arise, his steeds to water at those springs on chaliced flowers that lies, and winking merry buds begin to ope their golden eyes. With everything that pretty is, my lady sweet, arise, arise, arise. Short. Okay. It was fun. Let's spin the wheel. Prose! Very nice. Let's go to the prose library. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Ooh, Douglas Adams. Dad's a big Douglas Adams fan, as am I. Douglas Adams, of course, is the author of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and its sequel, Restaurant at the End of the Universe, and its sequel, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, and its sequel, Mostly Harmless. And I think I'm forgetting one, but anyway, I love those books. My sister used to read them to me when I was a kid. She could do an English accent. I sadly cannot. But this is a true story told by Douglas Adams. This actually did happen to a real person, and the real person is me. I had gone to catch a train. This was April 1976 in Cambridge, UK. I was a bit early for the train. I'd gotten the time of the train wrong. I went to get myself a newspaper to do the crossword and a cup of coffee and a packet of cookies. I went and sat at a table. I want you to picture the scene. It's very important that you get this very clear in your mind. Here's the table, newspaper, cup of coffee, packet of cookies, okay? There's a guy sitting opposite me, perfectly ordinary looking guy wearing a business suit, carrying a briefcase. It didn't look like he was going to do anything weird. What he did was this. He suddenly leaned across, picked up the packet of cookies, opened it, took one out, and ate it. Now this, I have to say, is the sort of thing the British are very bad at dealing with. There's nothing in our background, upbringing, or education that teaches you how to deal with someone who in broad daylight has just stolen your cookies. You know what would happen if this had been South Central Los Angeles? There would have very quickly been gunfire, helicopters coming in, CNN, But in the end, I did what any red-blooded Englishman would do. I ignored it. I stared at the newspaper, took a sip of coffee, tried to do the Cluedo in the newspaper, couldn't do anything, and thought, what am I going to do? In the end, I thought nothing for it. I'll just have to go for it, and tried very hard not to notice the fact that the packet was already mysteriously opened. I took out a cookie for myself. I thought, that settled him. But it hadn't, because a moment or two later, he did it again. He took another cookie. Having not mentioned it the first time, it was somehow even harder to raise the subject the second time around. Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice. It doesn't really work. We went through the whole packet like this. When I say the whole packet, I mean there were about 8 cookies, but it felt like a lifetime. He took one, I took one. He took one, I took one. Finally, when he got up to the end, he stood up and walked away. Well, we exchanged meaningful looks. He walked away, and I breathed a sigh of relief and sat back. A moment or two later, the train was coming in, so I tossed back the rest of my coffee, stood up, picked up the newspaper, and underneath the newspaper were my cookies. The thing I like particularly about this story is the sensation that somewhere in England there has been wandering around for the last quarter century a perfectly ordinary guy who has the exact same story, only he doesn't have the punchline. I love that Douglas Adams. Isn't he great? Where is Kim? Isn't that nice? Let's see. All right, couple of questions. Every Sunday, Dad is here. Thank you, Dad. I was just telling my son earlier today. He didn't know that you watched the show, so I said, you should come. Say hi to Grandpa. He watches the show. And then I call him on the phone, and every Sunday he says, that was a really good show today, son. And that still makes me feel 5 years old like I did good. It's amazing how good that still makes me feel, so thanks, Dad. Let's see. TJ Shenanigans wants to know how good I am at brain teasers and dad jokes. I know I'm a comedian, but you got to miss 25 years of comedy and 35 years of telling jokes and 45 years of being weird and just thinking weird. Isn't that a great story? Oh, where's Kim? Great question. Kim, she would often tune in from the ships, but for the ship, she can get to Facebook with her. It's complicated out there with the internet. She can get to Facebook, but she can't get to Twitch, so she has to watch it on YouTube later. So she doesn't come much anymore, but I hope that she'll continue to be invited, and she can try when she's, in the United States on that day. That is a great story. What's a lawyer's favorite drink? All right, so you got the bar, right? Passing the bar. You got whatever they have while they're passing the bar. Objection. Lawyer's favorite drink. Objection. I'll allow it. I don't know that one yet. I'm going to think about it for a while. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, I was going to read. Did I read the thing? I read the thing. Okay, cool. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, okay. I'll think of it. All right. Wheel joke. Let's go to the comedy club. What's the song about? All right. Let's see. Margaritaville. That doesn't make any sense. Tequila. Like Tequila Mockingbird. There might be a joke there. A song. You have to chew on that one for a minute. I don't know. But here's one for you. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, but no atmosphere. Nice. All right, let's see. It's a cocktail you might order at the beach. So that's like a margarita, Margaritaville. But why would Margaritaville be a lawyer's favorite drink? See, margarita, what's that fruity one? The tango, mango. Ooh, almost asked you that one. Oh, geez. It's a play on words. Oh, no, I figured it will be. I'll get there. 2 words. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Lawyer's favorite drink on a beach. Probably has rum in it. And you shake it. You want a margarita? No, I don't want a margarita. I want a daiquiri. Daiquiri? No, that's not it. Daiquiri has nothing to do with law. Still not coming to me. 2 words. Banana daiquiri? No. Lawyer's favorite drink. Recess. You have stumped me. You win this round. You go ahead and pay the answer, and I'll do it right now. I give up. Go ahead. Give me the answer. I need to know. Subpoena. Oh, thank God. Okay, it's half because I didn't. Okay, subpoena colada. There we go. Subpoena colada. Now okay, here we. I thought that was it. Now we're going to have to go. All right, good. What's a lawyer's favorite drink? Subpoena colada. Nice. Subpoena colada. I like it. It was worth the wait for me. All right, let's spin the wheel. Ooh, all right, let's do a Zen cone. Meet me at the campfire. This is Zen Koan 43, Zen in a Beggar's Life. Tasui was a well-known Zen teacher of his time. He had lived in several temples and taught in various provinces. The last temple he visited, the lecture, business entirely. Take 2. And 3, 2, 1. Subpoena colada. All right. Tasu was a well-known Zen teacher of his time. He had lived in several temples and taught in various provinces. The last temple he visited accumulated so many adherents that Tasu told them he was going to quit the lecture business entirely. He advised them to disperse and go wherever they desired. After that, no one could find any trace of him. 3 years later, one of his disciples discovered him living with some beggars under a bridge in Kyoto. He implored Tasui to teach him. If you can do as I do for even a couple of days, I might, Tasui replied. So the formal disciple dressed as a beggar and spent a day with Tasui. The following day, one of the beggars died. Tasui and his pupil carried the body off at midnight and buried it on a mountainside. After that, they returned to their shelter under the bridge. Tasui slept soundly the remainder of the night, but the disciple could not sleep. When morning came, Tasui said, "We do not have to beg food today. Our dead friend has left some over there." But the disciple was unable to eat a single bite of it. "I have said you could not do as I," concluded Tasui. "Get out of here and do not bother me again, or I will kick you in the nuts." That part's not true. Just the attitude seemed the same. Just took kind of a dark, don't eat the dead man's food, and then it's okay. No, I think we all learned a little something there. Huh? Nice. Sapina colada. Delightful. All right, then. Let's go. Oh, wait, we got one. What's blue and not very heavy? Let's see. If I had to guess, light blue. But I don't know for sure. I think it's light blue. What else is it? Sky, under sky, left sky. Well, think about that. Let's spin the wheel. Was it light blue? I was hoping it was that. All right, let's spin the wheel. Acapella, actually. Smurf. Let's go to the acapella library. This is another request. My thanks to DJ Shana for sending this in. This is one I remember vaguely from the 90s myself. This is a song adapted from the works of Kurt Vonnegut, who of course I love. This song is called Everybody's Free, song by Boz, B-A-Z, Lerman, L-U-H-R-M-A-N-N. Listen, ladies and gentlemen of the class of '99, wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Never mind, you will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall, in a way you can't grasp now, how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You are not as fat as you imagine. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubble gum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never cross your worried mind. The kind that blindside you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Floss. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember the compliments you receive. Forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your old bank statements. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't get plenty. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much, or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance. So are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own, even if you have nowhere to do it but your own living room. Read the directions even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past, and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but a precious few who should hold on to work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, for as the older you get, the more you need the people you knew when you were young. Live in New York City at least once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander. You too will get old, and when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund, maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse, but you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen. Nice. That was fun. All right, let's see. Smurf. 40 years. Just kids. Hey, I know. It's the oldest I've ever been. Need to hear that again? My pleasure, Shayna. No, it was long but worth it. I like the longer pieces. That goes on the list. That's exactly the kind of thing I enjoy doing on this show. Thank you very much for your help. Let's go spin the wheel. Ooh, monologue. All right, let's go into the theater. Okay, I'm excited about this one. It's got a little salty language in it, but that's because it's by George Carlin. My dad loves George Carlin, as do I. So I have picked out one of my favorite George Carlin monologues for him to enjoy. This is I Like People by George Carlin. Now, you wouldn't know it from some of the things I've said over the years, but I like people. I do. I like people, but I like them in short bursts. I don't like people for extended periods of time. I'm all right with them for a little while, but once you get up past minute and a half, I got to get the fuck out of there. And my reason for this is one that you may share possibly. I have a very low tolerance level for other people's stupid bullshit, you know? And everyone wants to tell you their stupid bullshit. And a lot of them don't know when to stop talking. You ever run into that guy? Doesn't know when to stop talking, just continues running at the mouth like verbal diarrhea. Doesn't know when the conversation is over. Stupid, trivial shit you don't care anything about. Things you're not even remotely interested. Did I tell you about my mom and dad? Well, my mom and dad went on vacation down to Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. This is about 6 years ago, I think. It seemed like it was 6. Possibly 7. 6 or 7. Yeah, somewhere in there. 6, 7, more than 6, less than 7. Let's call it 6.5. So my mom and dad went on vacation to Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, and my dad found a big rock, what he thought was a big rock. Turns out it was a dinosaur turd, a petrified dinosaur turd, 27-pounder. You know, now that I think about it, it might have been 8 years ago. That was right around the time of Y2K, wasn't it? Remember Y2K? Nothing ever happened. Everybody's all worried. Nothing ever happened. Anyway, God, that was strange. So we'll say 8. 8 years. It was either 8 or 5. So my dad gave my mom this big dinosaur turd. He said, Mom, this is a big dinosaur turd. Put it in your purse and take that home. My mom said, Dad, I don't think this is a dinosaur turd. This thing is still warm. Whoever dropped this thing is still walking around here, and we'd better get the fuck out of this cave. 9 years ago. 9. I know it was 9 because my wife was pregnant with our first boy, Mahmoudi Benel bin Salam, and he's 10 now. Or is he? Is he 11? He's either 11 or 5. And while all this is going on, you're searching through your mind for something graceful and diplomatic you can say to bring the conversation to a close. And all I can ever come up with is, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! But you can't say that. Good manners don't permit it. You have to find another way. So I go to body language. I try to use my body language to show that the conversation is over. I find myself leaning at a 45-degree angle, trying to indicate the direction that I'd like to go if this person would just shut the fuck up. And then I might even give them a verbal cue. Surgery. I'm late for surgery. I'm having my ears sewn shut. Never works. Say people on the phone. Don't know when to hang up. Don't know when the conversation is over. Dumb, trivial shit. Dumb questions. So, what are you guys doing 5 summers from now? We haven't made any plans. Marge wants to go to the beach, but the kids kind of like it at the lake, and I want to go to the mountains. Grandma wants to visit her sister in Frog Balls, Arkansas. How about you? Have you made any plans? It's never too early to make plans. We're going to Norway in 2025. Hey, did you know that up until the 1950s, Norway's economy was based largely on fishing? But now, thanks to improved drilling techniques and the expansion of the global economy, once again, searching through your mind for something gentle you can say, blow it out your ass, comes to mind, or shut your fucking pie hole, or if your friend prefers cake, shut your fucking cake hole. But you can't say these things, and you can't use body language on the phone. Well, you can always amuse yourself, you know. Or if it's your mother, you show your mother respect, you put her on speakerphone. But that doesn't move the conversation along. You have to find another trick, and I go to tone of voice. Did you ever use your tone of voice to try to talk them into a soft landing? You try to coax that person toward the end? Right. Okay, good. All right, then. Good. Great. Okay. Good. All right. Fuck, there he goes again. You remember my neighbor with the burns on 90% of her body? Well, she burned the other 10% now. She was lighting a fart and her bush caught fire. Listen, Reverend. I hate to interrupt. I hate to be rude, but I just took a 3.5-hour shit, and I'm bleeding from the asshole. Well, I don't have any mercurochrome. Yes. Yeah, I'll put a Snoopy Band-Aid on it. Thank you. Yes, you do that for me. Yes. Say a prayer for my asshole. Thank you very much. You have to resort to these tactics because many people do not understand what a phone call should be or what a phone call is. Ideally, a phone call is the brief exchange of a few vital pieces of information. This is a phone call. Hey, Steve, what time's the circle jerk start tonight? 10 o'clock. Okay, listen, I'm going to be a little late. You'll have to start without me. Oh, don't worry, I'll catch up. I'm eating a whole bunch of oysters and I'm watching a horny movie. Yeah, it's called Tarzan Fucks a Zebra. Well, Russell Crowe. Yeah, it's kind of a fantasy. Right now, Renee Zellweger's blowing a unicorn. That is a phone call. It should not be a 2.5-hour harangue of your third cousin describing her mailman's liposuction. God, people are fucking boring. People are just fucking boring. You know what'd be great for a guy like me? Just to be in a coma. Huh? Wouldn't that be great? Nothing to do all day. You just crap out and breathe through a fucking tube. They feed you through a tube. Nothing to do. Woo! Talk about being a couch potato. That's it, man. No phone calls coming in. Nobody dropping by unexpectedly. And if they do drop by, you're completely unaware of it because you're in a fucking coma and you're practically clinically dead. And you don't have to listen to their stupid shit. Their stupid shit, like about their new ride-around lawnmower with the two-tone horn and the GPS in case they get lost on the lawn, and their boss and their job and their car and their kids. Jesus fucking Christ, their kids. Folks, nothing worse than being stuck somewhere with some married asshole and have to listen to him tell you about his fucking kids. Let me tell you something, folks. Nobody cares about your children, okay? No, we don't care. We don't care. Nobody cares about your children. I speak for everyone. I've been appointed by the rest of the group to inform you that we don't care about your children. That's why they're your children, so you can care about them, and we don't have to bother. But they tell you anyway, Todd is in the 7th grade now. He's in the cheese club. Giselle is 5, and she's already had 9 periods. Johann is 11, and he pretty much sits around the house hallucinating all the time. Then they want to show you the pictures. Here's another ordeal. The pictures, these little gargoyles they have loosed from their loins. A lot of these professional mommies, boy, they think there's nothing better than having a baby. They think it's the biggest thing in the world, like it's a big event, having a baby. I call it pumping out a unit. That's all they're doing. Pumping out a fucking unit. Gagoom. Gagoom. Some of them like assembly lines at the factory every fucking year. Gagoom. Gagoom. Hey, Jeff, want a kid? Gagoom. Twins. Gagoom. Gagoom. Polluting the earth with these creatures who have no future. They have no future. Have you pictured what this planet is going to look like in 40 to 50 years? It's going to be a big smoking ball of shit. A big smoking, flaming, stinking ball of gaseous shit. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. It's irresponsible to have more than one child. Have one. Have one child. Replacement value for yourself, that's all. Don't even replace your husband. Nah, he's done enough fucking damage as it is. But they want to show you the pictures. Sometimes they warn you, you know, that's good. They'll say, hey, you want to see a picture of my kid? No. Just describe them to me. But they show you. And there are 2 ways. There are 2 ways you can handle it. I have found 2 ways to handle the pictures. The first is the easy way. You just kind of take it all in stride. You know, matter of fact, go along with the game. Ah, okay, Oh, girl, right? Boy, older girl. Good. 4. Listen, I got to go wash my crotch. I'll see you later. Then you get the fuck out of there. Or you can do what I do. Be a little honest about what you see. Take a chance. Tell the truth. Look at the fucking head on that kid. Jeez, where'd he get a fucking head like that? That thing is huge. Have you put him on YouTube yet? Boy, you get a lot of hits with a head like that. Maybe you put him on eBay, huh? You might make a little money, you know? I'm sure some European circus would snap his ass up in a minute. God damn, that thing's unusual. Listen, maybe he'll grow into it. You know, you never know with kids. Hey, let me ask you a practical question. Where do you find hats for a kid like that? Tell the truth. Don't be bullshitting, people. Don't be bullshitting. There's enough bullshit as it is, folks. There's plenty of bullshit. Then they want to show you the pictures of the little girl whose second teeth are coming in, and they think it's cute. It's not. It's fucking horrifying. Did you ever look at the teeth coming in on some of these kids? Did you ever take a good close look actually in the mouth? Take a look and see different. Damn, sometimes I got 2, 3 rows of fucking teeth coming in there, all odd angles, coming up through the tongue. Well, that's unusual. Look at that, a sublingual tooth. What do you know? Once again, tell the truth. You better start saving your money right now, pal. It's going to cost you a fucking fortune to fix that. You were going to need an international team of orthodontists working around the clock just to make a dent. You might want to call FEMA. It looks like a real fucking problem to me. Look at that. Do you have the number for the National Guard? Give them a ring. That's good. Listen, why don't you just have them all pulled and let her start over again, you know? Or take a picture of her with your mouth closed, with her mouth closed. That would save you a lot of heartache in the long run. Listen, you're not Catholic by any chance, are you? Well, the reason I ask is you might want to take her to Lourdes and pray for a miracle over there. Tell the truth. Don't be bullshitting people. Like I said, there's enough bullshit as it is. There's enough bullshit as it is. In fact, there's just enough. Did you know that? There's just enough bullshit to hold things together in this country. Bullshit is the glue that binds us as a nation. Where would we be without our safe, familiar American bullshit? Home of the brave. Land of the free, the American dream. All men are equal. Justice is blind. The press is free. Your vote counts. Business is honest. The good guys win. The police are on your side. God is watching you. Your standard of living will never decline, and everything is going to be just fine. The official national bullshit story. Each of those items is provably untrue at one level or another, but we believe them because they're pounded into our heads from the time we're children. That's what they do with that kind of thing. Pound it into the heads of kids because they know that children are much too young to be able to muster an intellectual defense against a sophisticated idea like that. And they know that up to a certain age, children believe everything their parents tell them. And as a result, they never learn to question things. Nobody questions things anymore in this country. Nobody questions anything. Everybody is too fat and happy. Everybody has a cell phone that'll make pancakes and rub their balls now. Way too fucking prosperous for our own good. Way too fucking prosperous. Americans have been bought off and silenced by toys and gizmos, and no one learns to question things. Fun. It's long but good. Love the long one. Oh, you're so kind. That was yeah, it's a longer piece. I didn't know where to cut it off. He has such great segues, so I kept going. Well, that was fun. Well, what do you say let's spin the wheel. Wisdom. Marvelous. Let's lay down some wisdom from on high. That's what she said. I get it. That was a long one. Took me a minute. I enjoyed that. All right. Oh, slow zoom. Hey, look, it's working. We're not dropping frames. Oh, no. Oh, did I have the top of my head cut off every time I lean forward like that? Oh, well. What are you going to do? All right. This is one of Dad's favorite and one of mine. This is What is Success by Ralph Waldo Emerson. What is success? To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. Nice. Love that one. Short. See? We mix it up. Spin the wheel. Oh, here we go. Poetry. All right, let's step into the poetry pavilion. Yeah, we can play the word. Yeah, I'm going to finish this poem. We'll play the word game. Why not? No. It's not a happy birthday, more of a surprise. I got to respect his wishes. He's not a big fan of the birthday song, but I really appreciate the thought, Shayna. Thank you. I'll see if I can squeeze it in with the grandkids and when we call them this afternoon. Let's do one more. This is also Ralph Waldo Emerson. This is Give All to Love. Give All to Love by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Give all to love, obey thy heart, friends, kindred, days, estate, good fame, plans, credit, and the muse. Nothing refuse. 'Tis a brave master, let it have scope, follow it utterly, hope beyond hope. High and more high, it dives into noon with wing unspent, untold intent. But it is a god, knows its own path, and the outlets of the sky. It was never for the mean, it requireth courage stout, souls above doubt, valor unbending, such 'twill reward. They shall reward more than they were, and ever ascending. Leave all for love. Yet, hear me, yet one word more. Thy heart behoved, one pulse more of firm endeavor. Keep thee today, tomorrow, forever, free as an Arab of thy beloved. Cling with life to the maid, but when the surprise, first vague shadow of surmise, flits across her bosom young, of a joy apart from thee, free be she, fancy free, nor thou detain her vesture's hem, nor the palest rose she flung from her summer diadem. Though thou loved her as thyself, as a self of purer clay, though her parting dims the day, stealing grace from all alive, heartily know, when half gods go, the gods arrive. Fun. All right. How does cereal pay its bills? Let me see if I can't figure that out while we do this. All right, let's see. Stand by. Uh-oh. Trying to connect the words on stream. Not working. It's giving me the business, but let me think about that for a second. How does cereal pay the bill? Something to do with milk, job, dry, Cheerios. Oh, there's milk. See, barley, wheat. No, that's beer. That's not milk. There, now I can do it. Here we go. On Twitch. Do the copy. Ooh, almost out of time. It's a brand name. Cereal. Pay your bills. You know what, Shayna? I'm afraid we're not going to have time for the game today, but I will start it up next time for sure. It's already 12:25, and I've got to shut down the stream. I'm sorry about that. So I need your help. I need you to tell me one last time. I'm going back to the comedy theater. We're doing one last dad joke. See if I can find it. How does cereal pay its bill? Let's see. Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, Corn Pops, Corn Flakes, Lucky Charms, free prize inside. Ah, got it. All right. Chex with an X. It's also a delicious snack food. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it. How does cereal pay its taxes? With checks. Like, fun. All right. Let's go to the talk show desk. That was a fun one today. I got to go. Bye, Dad. It's the end of the show. I understand. I'll be calling you at 4 o'clock. I love you a lot. Happy birthday. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you do something wonderful today. Thanks for being here, Shannon. Thanks for all those suggestions. Please keep them coming if you can. Thanks to anybody watching on YouTube. Hope you come and join us live every Sunday at 11:30 to 12, or 11 to 12:30 here on Twitch under Johnny's Happy Place. I can't wait to see it. I think it might be the best looking episode we've had so far, and I'm very excited about the new technique. So I hope that you had fun. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, till next time, the best way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So love yourself first, and then love somebody else. Then, if you can, love everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Here we go. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know and tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you, Shayna, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.